Understanding diversity and catering for each student's different needs is crucial in creating an inclusive environment. As a teacher, it is important to create this environment to support, value, and cater for these students, regardless of their backgrounds, disabilities, or abilities. Each student in the classroom has a wide range of abilities and interests, therefore a wide range of teaching strategies need to be used. An educator must use their knowledge of their students' learning and support needs to make adjustments in relation to instruction and environment to enable access to teaching and learning programs. Bentley, Williams and Morgan state that inclusive education considers all the students as learners with equal rights but with a diversity of needs. It is about every child achieving in a safe and supportive learning environment. There are a few policies that have been introduced over the years to help to assist and inform teachers in the community when creating an inclusive classroom and resources. The overarching vision of the National Safe Schools Framework is that all Australian schools are safe, supportive and respectful teaching and learning communities that promote student well-beings. The Melbourne Declaration's first goal states that all schools must promote equity and excellence to all learners. The Australian Professional Standards for Teaching 4.1 identifies strategies to support inclusive student participation and engagement in classroom activities. The resource I have developed aims to create an inclusive classroom environment for all students. I have created a How Do You Feel Today chat. This is aimed at students in prep to Year 2. This resource will be developed at the start of the year in collaboration between students and teachers. Together they will brainstorm and decide upon different emotions that could be felt during a day, such as happy, sad, tired, angry, or just okay. This can be adapted to higher year levels by adding more complex emotions. The teacher will then create a printout of all the emotions for each student. The students can then cut out and personalize their emotions. On the wall of the classroom will be the chart. It will have all the names including the teacher down one side, leaving space at the bottom for any new students who join the class. Across the top will be the words, "How do I feel today?" As the students enter the classroom in the morning, they will select their emotion and stick it next to their name. This is not permanent, so whenever the students have a change in emotion, they can alter their emotion on the chart throughout the day. Before any formal classes begin, students and teacher will participate in group circle time, which will be a safe and supportive environment where everyone can openly share their feelings or thoughts if they choose. Maslow's hierarchy of needs state that a student's psychological, safety, and social needs need to be met before any meaningful learning can begin. If a student was experiencing bullying or was hungry or tired, it will disrupt their learning ability. This chart, combined with group circle time, gives the teacher an opportunity to evaluate the emotional state of all students before commencing the day. A teacher can also use this chart as a form of informal data. For example, if the teacher notices that a student is often upset before coming into class every morning, they might be able to narrow down reasons before approaching the student. This chart aims to help students develop self-awareness, which is the ability to accurately recognize one's emotions and thoughts and its impact on behavior. If students are given the opportunity to think about their own emotions, then they can be better prepared to recognize the cause of those emotions. It is anticipated that the use of this chart will create a cohesive and collaborative classroom environment where everybody feels part of the community. The chart and the group circle give students a voice on their feelings and will help to build friendships and relationships, as well as creating a respectful and trusting environment within the classroom. The artifact I have created is multisensory, being visual, verbal, and concrete. This makes it accessible for all students, especially visual or kinesthetic learners, and aligns with Gardner's belief that all students learn in a variety of different ways. I strongly believe that this artifact would be highly beneficial for students who have English as a second language, are non-verbal or communicative, and students diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. There are limitations to students that it does not cater for. Students who are blind or visually impaired, and students who might not be able to identify the emotion they are currently feeling. Using adjustments, this chart can be altered to suit these students, such as using Braille on the emotions and name slots can be an aid for visually impaired or blind students. For students that are having trouble identifying an emotion, the teacher can assist and work with the student to develop their own self-awareness and emotional understanding. Two elements that this artifact will support is building relationships and trust. These two elements go together and will be constantly reinforced through the use of the emotions wall chart and the group circle time. With the teacher modelling a safe, supportive environment, students will be able to open up during morning circle with other students and the teacher, which will further develop the relationship and build trust between peers and the teacher. Therefore, if students believe others are supportive of them, students will possess the resources needed to be successful.